Hello and welcome to Joanne's Healing Within. I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified holistic personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, medical astrologer, master of numerology, and the creator of the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast deck. I'm a mom and a wife, and I'm here to help you transform into the best version of who you already are. How are you all doing on this amazing Sunday? Reminder, share, like, and comment on today's show. As usual, we do have an amazing raffle giveaway that we'll be talking about at the end of the show. But in order to take advantage of that, you do need to share, like, and comment. And if you've missed last week's episode or the episode before that, remember you can check us out on Roku and YouTube. And for those of you who missed last week's episode, you missed a damn good show, as I had the amazing healer, Natad Bradbury, and our volunteer, Nick Raffer, on last weekend. And they did a chi manipulation follow-up. And wow, the transformation that Nick experienced while working with Natad was unbelievable. Can you believe that by working with Natad, he actually got a brand new job? You too can do that too. All you need to do is go check out Natad, check out the show, and see that amazing follow-up. For that matter, go check out all the shows so you can actually see the demonstration that he did as well. I'll put the link in the comment to where you can find those shows. But remember, you can always go over to Roku or YouTube to catch up on any past show that you've missed. So with all that being said, let's give a shout out to all of my advertising sponsors. And as usual, I have a list, which is why I have to read from my list. Otherwise, I won't get it together. It's a guarantee I will not get it together. All right, so we have my advertising sponsors for this week. We have Kendra Greer, who's our astrologer, Nick Rafter, who is our real estate agent, writer, editor, and journalist, Natad Bradbury, who is the founder of the Mystic Warrior Academy, and then Joe Monkman, who is our shamanic healer, practitioner, and wellness advocate. CJ Ives Lopez, she is the host of The Author's Porch and just launched her very first magazine. It is amazing. I will also put that in a link where you can actually purchase the magazine. You can get a hard copy. I think it's in paperback for that matter, or you can view it right here on Facebook, which, like I said, I'll share that link with you all later. And then we have our amazing guest for today, Lisa. We're gonna leave her last name out because I screw it up all the time. She's the CEO and the founder of A Healthy Full Life. And she's gonna be sharing some amazing information today about getting back on track with your workouts. So if you've gotten off track for whatever your reasons are, we'll all use the pandemic for our biggest excuse. She's going to help you with that. But before we go to that point, let's talk about the energy of today, because I think the energy of the day is totally screwing me up. Got me all over the place. Got me to the point where I'm losing track of my routine. And it's really funny because we are actually, when we think about it, we are actually in the space of Saturn retrograde in Aquarius energy, and that's all about disciplines and structure and organizing. And I feel like I'm as unorganized as possible. I think I need to get outside and ground myself so I can be more focused on all the things I need to be doing today. And it's not that I'm distracted. I just think there's a lot going on. To start off with, let's talk about this energy that's coming up this week. We are literally in the last week of Cancer season. As of July 23rd, 24th, actually I should rephrase that. As of July 22nd, 23rd, we will be coming out of Cancer season and moving into Leo season. Now, if you know anything about Leo season, Leo is all about having fun, the drama, being more creative, and expressing yourself. So that's where we're going to be moving into by 22nd, 23rd of this month. And in case you didn't know it, Mars and Venus are actually sitting in Leo energy. So there's a lot of love going on in the air. And now that we're going to be moving into the actual season of Leo, oh my goodness. Also, what's coming up this week is our full moon in the amazing opposition sign of Leo, which is Aquarius. When we think about Aquarius, Aquarius is more of an intellectual, analytical sign where it's all up in the head. So the combination between Leo and Aquarius, where it's really about analyzing, evaluating, and expressing, and having fun while doing it. Can you put all that together and have a lot of fun? Because that's what we're going to get this week. You may actually already be feeling the energy of the full moon. Because I know for myself, I always feel the energy of the full moon about 3 days before it actually is at its peak, and then 3 days after. And nevertheless, this full moon happens to be in my sign, Aquarius. So when the moon energy is actually in your actual zodiac sign, you tend to feel it a little more so than if I had an Aries Aries moon energy. I wouldn't feel it as much, but I still do feel it. So those of you who do have an Aquarius moon sign, know that you're going to be feeling this full moon a little more so than the average other person. As with anything else, the same goes for those who are celebrating a Leo birthday. And also, if we have Leo in your moon sign or in your rising sign, you'll feel that Leo energy the same way. So, with all that being said, I'd like to help you out, ground you, as I want to ground myself. And let's shuffle up the cards and see what we have in store, as the cards almost fell out my hands and we would have had the whole deck on the floor. Let's see what's in store for each and every one of us. Let's see what chakra we need to focus on today so we can get more within our bodies, and know that a number is going to provide a hidden message, and the affirmation helps us either add to the story of the hidden message, or we can use it as an affirmation. So let's see what we have going on. One more time to shuffle. Again, this deck today. All right, so what do we have in our card? Now, the card's in reverse. Now, for those of you who are new to watching, reverse means that we need to pay attention to this message. It also means we might be resisting it a little bit. Maybe we're resisting the chakra, which we'll talk about that in a second. When we might be resisting the number, we'll talk about that in a second. Or we might be resisting the overall card. So what we are talking about here is listening. How many of us are resisting listening, where we don't want to pay attention? And when I use the word listening, it's not about, well, it is about, let me not even go there. When we think about listening, it's like really paying attention to what the other person is saying to you, as opposed to trying to be in your head just to come up with an answer. Same concept of allowing yourself to quiet your brain down, quiet your body down, quiet your spirit down, so you can gain access to your higher self and your spirit guides, because we're always asking questions. And then we forget to slow ourselves down long enough so we can receive the guidance. So that listening aspect, learning to listen. Second word is truth. Learning to speak your truth. Learning to actually say what you mean what you say. The truth, as opposed to telling yourself a story. And it's interesting because Neptune is also in retrograde in Pisces, and Neptune is definitely going to tap on the lid and loosen up a little bit about the illusions that we tell ourselves. So it is really about truth. Now let's talk about the chakra here. The chakra is the solar plex. The solar plex is all about trusting. It's all about being able to feel safe enough to feel worthy of all the abundance that's around you. Now, when the solar plex is blocked or stuck because the card was in reverse, it may mean that you're having a challenging time receiving abundance, or you're having a challenging time with the aspects of believing that there are more than one way of doing things. We have unlimited opportunities and we have unlimited choices. And there is not always one way. You can always have different points of views and be open to that. The number is 3. When we think about the number 3, the 3 is about communicating, creating, teaching, learning, and expressing ourselves and being very creative in the process. So this really goes really well with the energy that's coming in this week with Leo season, about being able to be creative. So if you've been finding yourself a bit challenged to be more creative, this week may actually help you and get that going for you. So that's our card for today. I would love to know how this resonates with you. Did anything I say like stand out a little more so than usual? If so, put that in the comments. That could be your lead in to being a part of this raffle winning for this week. So I love to hear what you have to say. Feel free to put that in. So with all that being said, again, Leo season starting up this week. We have the full moon in Aquarius this week. Oh, and by the way, if you weren't aware, I know you've been watching my show weekly. If you're new to the show, we now have 5 planets in retrograde. Yes, we have 5 planets in retrograde. For about 2.5 weeks, we've had 4 planets. Just the other day, our newest planet, which is Chiron, that went retrograde on July 15th, and it will stay retrograde until December 19th. Chiron is the planet of the wounded healer. And it's actually in retrograde in Aries energy. And what does that mean? Aries is a fire sign. Aries is about let's take action. And yes, you heard me right when I said the wounded healer. What the hell does that mean? The wounded healer means that all of our wounds, or maybe not all, let's hope for not all of them, but some of our wounds may come to surface that needs our attention. So if there is anything that's been going on in your life, maybe connected to some inner child experiences, they may surface because they need your attention. Do not, and if you didn't hear me say it 3 times, do not push them back down. This is the time to heal it. And with the other 4 retrogrades we got going on, Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter, Neptune, this is a great time. These retrogrades are in your favor to help you heal, to help you become the best version of who you are. So as we move into 2022, just think of how amazing you're going to be. And you're definitely going to be a different version of yourself between now and then. And interesting enough, when we do move into 2022, the collective energy, which means everyone, the year itself, the universal year is a 6. So it is really about healing. So everything we're experiencing this year is leading to next year's energy so we can all heal. How magnificent is that? So again, one last time, remember, share, like, and comment. Put your comments in reference to what the card meant to you, or what you're feeling about these retrogrades, or how you're feeling in general. Let me know that you shared. We're going to take a quick commercial break. I'll be right back.
There is no one-size-fits-all diet plan, so why would your fitness routine be any different? At A Healthful Life, we believe that fitness and conditioning should be tailored to you, and that's why we're offering a free consultation to anyone who reaches out to us right now. Mention this ad and you'll receive 20% off of your 90-day personalized fitness program. Visit ahealthfullife.org now to begin your journey to a more healthful you. ahealthfullife.org.
Hi guys, I'm Kendrick Cortez Greer, personal astrologer and astrological counselor here in Brooklyn, New York. I've been an astrologer for over 23 years now, providing astrological readings, counseling sessions, workshops, and corporate events all throughout the tri-state area. I've been very blessed and lucky to have clients all throughout the United States and beyond. If you're interested in a reading that is warm, heartfelt, honest, and conducive to speaking to one of your best friends, please contact me at 917-863-7528. You can also email me at kendrickstar@gmail.com. That's Kendrick, STAR@gmail.com. And for you Insta people, find me on Instagram at Kendrick Cortez Astrology. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Toodles.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you who are just tuning in, I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. In about 30 seconds, I'm going to introduce you to my amazing guest. But before we go there, for those of you who are just tuning in, remember to share, like, and comment, because we do have an amazing raffle giveaway for today. And in order to be in it, you got to share, like, and comment. Our card for today, which by the way was in reverse. And for those of you who are new, reverse cards mean that there's resistance, or you have something that you really need to pay attention to, the message I'm about to reveal. And that message is to listen and speak your truth. When we think about listening, don't be in such a rush to try to respond to someone's conversation. Pay attention to what they're actually saying. And speaking your truth. You got to learn to say what you mean and mean what you say. The number's 3. 3 is all about communicating, creating, listening, learning, and teaching, and expressing yourself. The chakra is the solar plexus. When we think about solar plex energy, when it is blocked, which is that reverse energy, it may mean you have a limited mindset of thinking that things can only go one way. Well, things can go every which way you want it to go. So be open to unlimited possibilities and unlimited opportunities of showing up and different people coming in to show you that things can go a different way other than just your way. There's always more than one way to look at something. So with all that being said, talking about one way of looking at something, today we are going to be speaking about workouts, one of my favorite topics. However, I'm not the one going to be speaking about it. My amazing guest, which I guarantee you, I'm going to screw up her last name because that's what I do. I think I'm known to screw up people's last names. So I'm going to let her introduce herself. I'll just say that my guest, Lisa, she is the CEO and the founder of A Healthful Life. And she's going to be sharing with you about how to jumpstart your workouts after being out of your workouts for a really long time for whatever excuse you choose to talk about. So Lisa, thank you so much for being here. Let them know who you are by your full name, please.
Yes. My name is Lisa Peranzo. I'm the CEO and founder of A Healthful Life. Thank you so much for having me back on. This is so fun. For those of you who don't know, I was actually on the show, I want to say a couple months ago. Was it a couple months ago?
Yeah, it was probably about, I'd say maybe 4 or 5 months ago.
Wow, has it really been that long?
Yeah, it goes fast. But the fun thing is, Lisa's going to actually be back here again after today 2 more times. But we're going to save that information for later, towards the end of the show. Yes. Just so this way here, you know that you have to stay at the edge of your chair, wanting to know when she's coming back. So we're going to save that. So yeah, Lisa, let's talk about this whole process of falling off track with our workouts. Because I know, as a trainer myself, it's really easy to lose track or get off track or use every excuse in the world to why one cannot get into a workout, why they miss their workout or why all of a sudden, I can't do it today, I can't do it tomorrow. And before you know it, 6 months down the road, it's like, wow, I haven't done a workout in that long. So talk to us about that.
Yes. You know what? I feel like your card reading, I know I came in on the tail end of it, is so appropriate for today and what we're going to be talking about, because that is speaking and living my truth, and I think yours as well, is approaching life from a healthy standpoint. And I feel like there's going to be haters. I feel like the fitness industry has let people down. I know you and I
totally agree.
in so many ways, but the way that I'll focus on is there's this push for the 30-day program, the 60-day program, and with the backup implication that you're good to go after that you don't need to do anything after that. And I think a lot of us get stuck in that mindset. 30 days and I'll be fine, 60 days and I'll be fine.
You mean I won't be my best self after 30 days?
You mean I have to continue more work?
I have to continue? That sucks.
I have been training people in a group capacity since like 2007, 2008. I wish going into this industry that somebody would have warned me about the turnover rate of clients.
Oh, you should have called me. I could have told you.
Well, I'm not calling you now for everything, but I wish that somebody would have forewarned me about that. I did not realize how high that turnover rate for clients was until I started really working with people, because fitness for me is a lifestyle. It's not a temporary fix. Mm-hmm. And I think what we need to change with our current thinking is how to shift it from a temporary fix to the permanent solution that grows and changes as you grow and change. I mean, the things I could do when I was 22, I'm not doing now. And that's totally okay. It doesn't mean that I'm missing my workout or anything like that. It just means that it needs to adapt and grow and change with me. And I think that this past year with the pandemic and the lockdowns, and you're based out of New York, I'm based out of California, so we live that lockdown life. I think it exacerbated that. And that's what I wanted to bring to today's show was, how do you jump back in after you've had time off, because for a majority of the population, last year was time off for whatever reason. And I know we can excuses. My personal thing is, unless it is because of a medical reason, excuses can most oftentimes be limitations that we put on ourselves.
Exactly.
It's our brain controlling what's going on and saying that, oh yeah, you can't do that.
Exactly. Now, if I recall correctly, based on what you just spoke about, well, theoretically, the only excuse that we'll accept as an excuse is a medical reason. Now, if I recall correctly, a couple of years back, you suffered an injury and you had to, you were at a sort of off track for a little while, but you were still on track because you had to go through physical recovery.
Yes. So in 2004, I shattered, fractured, and dislocated my right foot. I was 19 years old. I was a month shy of turning 20 when I got hurt. So you can do the math, figure out how old I am. I don't care about that. But
that's true.
I'm 27 forever. But that's why I say for a medical reason. So if I went and tried to run or do some different high impact activities, I know, fancy word, it's contraindicated for my injury. However, it does not limit me. That doesn't mean that I was just like, oh, now I have this thing that's wrong with my body and I'm not going to be able to move my body ever again. It was a time period of, how do I figure out what I can do from a safe manner that's going to continue to push me, challenge me, get me results, and then I, quite frankly, enjoy. Fitness for me needs to be something that I enjoy, find fun, I have to get something mental out of it beyond just the physical results. That's my personal journey. So it was a lot of trial and error. Okay, I can't run anymore. I know I can't run anymore, but I still want to be able to get effective cardio. How do I get effective cardio? And then just trying things out and being extremely patient with myself and with that process. My healing process took years. Years?
As it does, as it should. I mean, it's a reference to when you said earlier about where people go on these fads, 30-day program or a 12-week program, or even worse, a 7-day program. And it's to the point where fitness is a lifestyle and lifetime. And it's a healing thing. It's a process that you have to constantly keep going.
Yes. That is what I hone into my clients all the time. It needs to be something that is fluid, as you are fluid, as your life is fluid, as you're changing, it's changing with you. As the demands on your time change, you can adapt your workouts to fit with that. And we have so many more options now, I think, especially as things like high intensity interval training become more and more popular. Back in the day when I got certified to train CrossFit, that was like unheard of. No one knew what that was, or that you could get a good workout in such a short period of time. So we have more tools to utilize at our fingertips, I think, to make it happen.
In fact, if you wouldn't mind, and I'm sure you wouldn't, could you just share with our viewers in regards to the benefits of doing a more, let's say, shorter workout versus, let's say, an hour, 2-hour workout? Because I know so many people that they go to the gym and they spend over an hour, 2 hours in the gym. What is the benefits of doing a shorter workout versus the disadvantage of doing a 2-hour workout?
For me, I think if you're going from a very, very basic standpoint, a shorter workout for me is more beneficial because the person doing it is doing it because they don't have a lot of time available. And so that shorter workout makes them feel less stressed about working out in the first place. And when you're less stressed about that prospect, you're less likely to make excuses for it because it's not going to take too much of your time. If you're telling me, oh, I need to have 2 hours in the gym and I need to be in the gym 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, you're potentially going to get stressed if you don't feel like you have that time available to you. From, an exercise science standpoint, the reason why I like some of those shorter workouts when you are pressed for time is if you can really put your best self forward in it, if you can really push yourself and challenge yourself, the way that it's working your body, you're going to continue to burn calories and build muscle after the workout is over without getting into like the hardcore science part of it. Now, if you can take that potential and pair it with the proper nutrition, you're essentially multitasking on your workout, because your workout's done. You know, you're going to be getting your post-workout nutrition in, you're going to be showering, moving on with your day, but your body is still going to be reaping the benefits of that shorter workout, which is why I like it for my clients who are super, super busy individuals. They have kids at home, they're adulting their butts off, and they have full-time jobs. 2 hours at the gym is not conducive to their life. But a 30-minute short, more intense workout is more conducive. Now, the 2 hours at the gym for building endurance and stamina, it definitely still can serve its purpose. I think the person needs to ask, how realistic is this for me? So if I have a client who's like, yeah, I could do a 2-hour workout once a week, and that would be the only time I would be able to get into the gym. Or I could do, let's say, like 20 to 30 minutes max, but I could do that 3 or 4 days a week. I'm going with more days a week.
Oh yeah, definitely.
For
definitely.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, for me, it's so funny because I like the way you say those who have a really busy schedule, or it stresses them to know that they may have to work out for a longer period of time. Now, I myself have been working out since I'm 9. You all can do the math if you choose. And one of the things that I've learned, and I was one of those people out there who would train 2 hours a day back in the days when I competed. But now here I am in my 50s, and it's like, you know what? Those high intensity, shorter workouts, I look forward to. I'm like, I would rather spend 20, 30 minutes in my workout as often as I can in the course of a week, 5, 6 days a week, than to know that, oh my God, I have to do this for an hour or an hour and a half. And not that I dread it, but it just seems that I have more to do in my day. So that 20, 30 minutes is like, yes, gets me where I gotta go. I feel good about it, and I'm like ready to do my next task. So you know.
Right. But then it's that statement to me that means more when you said, I feel good about it. So if you feel good about it, you're positively reinforcing, establishing a habit.
Yes.
And then you're going to be able to carry that past, oh God, please carry it past 7 days, 30. You said, I cringed internally. You're going to carry it past 30 days. You're going to carry it past 60 days. And you're going to know that regardless of what life throws at you, you'll still be able to get that effective workout in.
Exactly. Excellent. Lisa, we run on commercials here in this show. So let our viewers know how they can reach you.
So the easiest way, there's 2 ways. First is a website. It is ahealthfullife.org. The other way is Instagram, and my handle is my name, @Lisa Peranzo. And one links back to the other, so it couldn't be simpler.
Excellent. So for our viewers, we're going to take a quick commercial break, get some water, and we'll be right back.
Hi everyone, I'm Natan Bredbury. I'm a veteran, Kabbalist, mystic, coach, and spiritual mentor. I have been blessed to help many students on their spiritual journey over the last 20 years. I am currently the founder of the Mystic Warrior Academy, and what we're doing is we're helping veterans heal from the inside out, overcome any sort of emotional trauma that they've been through. So if you're a veteran, a therapist, or a coach, and are interested in learning more about our program, you can contact us directly at info@mysticwarrioracademy.com. Blessings.
Hey guys, welcome. We are back on Other Sports. I am so excited to be here with my co-host Anastasia. How you doing, girl?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I am good. It's so good to see you again. We don't get to see each other very often. We might have to do this every week, right? Tonight we are also talking with, we've got
is Nick Rafter, journalist, writer, editor. I'm happy to be offering copy editing and line editing services at competitive industry rates. If you have a book or any document that needs to be edited and thoroughly looked through, please contact me at nickrafter@gmail.com. Let's discuss how to get that work done. That's Nick Rafter, NICKRAFTER, @gmail.com. I hope to hear from you soon.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you who are tuning in, I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, and I have my amazing guest here. I'm going to call out her first name because I'll screw up the last name, Lisa. She is the CEO and founder of a Healthy for Life, and we've just came from chatting about a little bit about back on track with your workouts and higher intensity workouts compared to lower intensity workouts, and why higher intensity workouts might be more beneficial. And during the break, I was chatting with Lisa about the heat. At least where I am and where she is, it's really hot. And when we talk about heat and workouts, the both of us like when it's hot because we sweat more, and it's easier to sweat when it's hot out. So Lisa, your point of view regarding when one is working out and they are perspiring, how important is it for them to drink hydration, water, or something that's going to improve their electrolytes again? And I'm not really talking about like Gatorades and those, sugary drinks, but how important is all that?
For me, even if you're not doing, those hardcore workouts, hydration is key. And what I have found in coaching people is that most people are not drinking enough water to stay hydrated.
Yes.
So my push for them is to increase the amount of water that they're drinking slowly, like by ounces, and to be very intentional and methodical about it. I think some of where we can struggle is we just think it will like magically happen, but it helps to have a plan. So, buying the water bottle that has the ounces written on the side that are so popular and you can find them everywhere and they're cute and all that stuff, and using.
You mean those really big ones?
I'm about that. I drink so much water, it's out of control. But I'm also, right now I'm in San Diego, it's like 85, it's super humid. I need to be drinking water to stay hydrated so I don't, simply get heat stroke or whatever, just feel gross.
Mm-hmm. And also too, if they're not drinking their water for their workouts, they're actually going to sacrifice themselves with their workouts, because if you're not hydrated, your body can't possibly perform at the intensity one wants to perform at.
Yes. And for me, it's hydration going into the workout. So not the hydration during the workout. Yes, it definitely does matter. But if for instance, you're going to have a harder workout, today's Sunday, let's say tomorrow, you need to start hydrating now for tomorrow. Your muscles will see more benefit. You have to hydrate your muscles, and you'll notice the difference between a workout where you are sufficiently hydrated and how you are able to perform versus one where you're not as hydrated. You're probably going to feel sick. You might feel a little bit dizzy. You're not going to be able to lift or to go as hard as what you would like to go and know that you are capable of going. And then you feel discouraged as a result. Like how much of fitness really is mental?
Exactly.
Like you have to set yourself up for success.
Exactly. And not only that, but we're talking about a workout, which means automatically their heart rate is going to beat faster when they're working out. And then when they're not properly hydrated, their heart rate's going to beat even faster because they are dehydrated. And dehydration causes a rapid heart rate.
Yes.
Which is then going to make them to the point where it's going to overwhelm their system because their heart is beating so quickly that they're not going to be able to perform the workouts they want to perform because they're going to be tired.
Yes, for sure. One of the best tips that I give to my clients is to start every single day with water before you put anything else into your body. And I have this like weird apple cider vinegar water concoction thing that I do.
Yeah, I wish I could do that.
It's so diluted. Now I'm like, okay, I can handle it. But to start with room temperature water, not cold, but room temperature, so that your body can absorb it better and so that you're rehydrating yourself, because you're dehydrated because you've been in a state of sleep. You haven't been consuming anything. And I also steer them away from some of those sugary drinks that, replenish your electrolytes.
Yes,
Please read the labels.
Yes, yeah. Because again, when we think about those sugary drinks, yes, it does replenish the electrolytes, but because of the amount of sugar in the sugary drinks, you're getting more sugar than it actually does the electrolytes. So it's defeating the purpose of hydration.
Yes,
So
completely.
yeah, yes. So let's go back to the workouts a moment. In regards to those who are just getting back on track with their workouts. And I know this is what you do. You design, you create programs for people. Like, what is the best way for someone to like get back into it? Because again, I mean, I know like there are many people, specifically guys, and I don't mean to point out the guys here, but reality of it all is if they've been out of the gym for so many weeks and then they're going to go back in, they're going to dive back into where they left off at. Which I mean, reality, which is a weird thing because I would do the same thing. I would go right back to where I left off at.
Oh, can you not do that? Please don't do that.
I would go right back and, I just do less reps because, ideally it's like my mindset is like, well, I'm not going to go with less, lighter weight. I'll just do less reps of it, but we're also not talking about me as the average because, I mean, the last time I missed a workout, I can't even remember because I have never. So anyway, but for those who have, what is the best solution for them? What are the little steps that they could take so they can get back on track?
The first thing that I would say to do is to be, just like you're being intentional with your water, be intentional with your workouts. You can't think that these things are just going to happen by chance. You need to be planning. I know we talked about this on the first episode. You need to be planning your workouts into your day, however that looks for you. And then when you get back into it, if you're like, yeah, I was lifting before, I want to start lifting again, be realistic with the fact that you have taken time off and that your muscle forms memory. Your cells change to form the memory of how your body moves within a state of exercise for sure. However, you need to give your body a chance for that muscle memory to literally kick in. So you have to maybe take it back a notch, be it like you said you would do for yourself, the reps, or maybe the actual number in terms of the weight that you're moving. However that looks for you, I would say if you're really trying to get it, do it with guidance, please, so that you avoid injury, because that is the purpose of all of this. If you're jumping back in right where you left off, and you left off at a PR on your deadlift, but you haven't worked out in a year, you might not be there right now. It doesn't mean it's not going to come back fast. It totally will. But you need to mitigate your risk for injury, because the last thing I want to see happen, at least, to my tribe, who is now your tribe as well, because we share, is for them to get hurt because they're so excited to get back into the gym and then they just go crazy and then they hurt themselves. You don't have time to recover from an injury.
No. Now, someone who has been out of the gym for a while, and they are going to take the advice you're giving them, and it could be very different for each person, this answer, but generally speaking, what is the average comeback time? Like, is it, if they're consistent, would they start to see their results where they can get back to where they were in a matter of, let's say, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks? What does that range look like for the average person?
I definitely think that it depends on the person, but I don't think that 2 weeks is unrealistic if you're being extremely consistent with what you're doing. Track what you're doing, plan what you're doing, have a thought process behind it. And don't try to come at me with this, I don't have time for that, because you can plan out your workouts while you're sitting and watching Netflix on a Sunday night. Like,
exactly,
you have the time to do it.
Exactly. Which I'm glad you mentioned about tracking. Now, what is your feelings for journaling their workouts, meaning actually writing out their workout that they're going to be doing, having a plan? Because it's really funny when someone walks into the gym and they don't have a notebook in their hand, and it's like, okay, well, what is the plan? What are you doing today? What body part are you working on? Where are you starting? Are you going to do cardio? So what is your take on that in reference to having that journal, writing it down, tracking their weights, their sets, their reps?
I'm all for it. I think from a mental standpoint, it's huge, because as you're seeing progress and gains, it's reinforcing what you're already doing. And it's also going back to being purposeful and intentional behind what you're doing. You can't walk into a gym. I mean, I guess you can. I would not recommend you walking into a gym and just being like, yeah, I'm going to do whatever. There's nothing wrong with walking in with your notebook, Okay, I know today is going to be a heavy lifting day. I know I'm going to be working on my squats. These are what I'm going to be working on. This is what my rep scheme is going to be looking like. And this is how I need to break down the weight. It will
Yes.
only help you get stronger. Write it all down. And then whenever you go back to I encourage my clients to have benchmark workouts, either for endurance or strength, usually one for both, so that they can go back and see how much progression they've had. That's a huge, huge thing for people. We want to see that return on investment, even with ourselves.
Yes. And by journaling it or jogging, writing it down, I use the word journaling since all the spiritual stuff that I do. Once upon a time, it used to be logging it down, but now it's journaling. But by them journaling it, they actually get to go back and evaluate where they started and where they are. And that itself is major. And they can also see, okay, where I started and where am I now? Am I still pretty much the same? Mm-hmm. And if they're still pretty much the same, that can be one of the reasons why they're not seeing the results they're looking for, which could also be the reason to invest in a personal trainer like Lisa. Because if you don't know how to take it to the next level, which a lot of people don't. Most people, which I think is really funny, and I'm sure you witnessed this as well, a lot of people follow people in the gym. Yes. They find somebody in the gym that say, oh, this looks like a really good person, that they know what they're doing. I'm going to sort of follow them.
Yeah.
Do every ounce of it, from the weights they lift. I mean, I've seen some crazy things of like, why on earth is this person lifting that? But, their answer is, well, I was following so-and-so. He looks like he knew what he was doing. Okay. Why don't you follow a personal trainer? So with that being said, what I like Lisa to do again is give your information so they can actually connect with you, so they can follow you.
The two easiest ways to find me are either on Instagram. My handle is @LisaParanzo, or my website, which is www.ahealthfullife.org. And one connects back to the other. And I actually do post workouts on my Instagram basically daily, not Sundays because Sunday is my rest day, but daily, for people to grab, to screenshot, to save, to go back to and use again.
Excellent. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, Lisa's going to share some more tips. She's also going to let you know exactly what she does with her clients. So this way here, you can see whether or not you're a good fit for her. So we'll be right back.
Hey, this is Joe Monkman, and I am a personal development trainer. And that means that I help people step into their leadership roles, take their place as a visionary, really understand their own mastery in the world so that they can really find their place at the buffet of life. And if you want to know more, you can find me on my Facebook page at Joe Monkman and joemonkman@gmail.com.
There is no one-size-fits-all diet plan, so why would your fitness routine be any different? At A Healthful Life, we believe that fitness and conditioning should be tailored to you, and that's why we're offering a free consultation to anyone who reaches out to us right now. Mention this ad and you'll receive 20% off of your 90-day personalized fitness program. Visit ahealthfullife.org now to begin your journey to a more healthful you. ahealthfullife.org.
Hi everyone, I'm Natan Bredbury. I'm a veteran, Kabbalist, mystic, coach, and spiritual mentor. I have been blessed to help many students on their spiritual journey over the last 20 years. I am currently the founder of the Mystic Warrior Academy, and what we're doing is we're helping veterans heal from the inside out, overcome any sort of emotional trauma that they've been through. So if you're a veteran, a therapist, or a coach, and are interested in learning more about our program, you can contact us directly at info@mysticwarrioracademy.com. Blessings.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, and I have my amazing guest, Lisa. to skip on her last name, she'll say that to you. She is the CEO and founder of A Healthy Full Life. And we've been chatting up about getting back on track when you fell off track with your workouts due to whatever your excuse might be, because there's every excuse we can possibly imagine. The biggest one was the pandemic, which is, I guess, a legit excuse for some. I mean, I don't buy it. I don't think it was an excuse at all. And I don't think Lisa buys it neither. Yes. Yeah. So if you're just tuning in, you will definitely need to go back and watch from the very beginning, watch it on the replay, or you can watch on Roku or YouTube, because Lisa shared a lot of information about hydration, the best workouts. And now we're going to share some insight regarding 1 or 2 tips about getting back on track. And then Lisa's going to share how she helps her clients with their workouts. So go ahead, Lisa. What's your tips?
My tips for getting back on track. Well, my biggest and probably best one that no one's going to like at all is don't wait. There's going to be no right time to get back on track. There's going to be no time in your life where you're not as busy as you are now. The planets are not going to align any. Well, Joanne can speak to that better than me, but the planets are not going to come into alignment for this. If this is what you want, then you need to do it.
Yeah. Well, maybe all the planets will come in alignment, because it's gonna. All the planets right now are gonna pull out all the stuff that don't need to be in your way. So hey, perfect time to get into a workout.
Yes. Hey, there you go. There you go. And to find something that you like to do. You've taken time off, and for whatever reason, I'm blaming the pandemic for a lot of people taking time off as of late. I don't personally adhere to that excuse. I think I've shared this with you, but at the beginning of the lockdown in California, I gave my OG clients a couple weeks, and then I was like, look, you guys are telling me you don't know how long this is going to go on for. I was in agreement with you. You're missing working out. You're missing moving your body. Let's take this thing on Zoom. It's safe for everybody. It will give you a very appropriate place to relieve stress and anxiety and all these very deep feelings we were having in March, April last year. We've been doing those online workouts now for over a year. We have changed the time. We have changed the date. We have changed what we're doing within the workout. And we've expanded internationally.
Yeah.
And we're still going. So this whole excuse thing for me, it's hard for me personally.
I'm right there with you. Right there with you. There is no excuse.
My health for me is the actions that I am taking now to ensure my health as I get older.
Yes.
Truly, that's how I look at my health, and I realize that I'm not like the majority of the population in that thought. But the thing is that whatever brought you off track, you had a baby, you got a new job, you moved, this happened, that happened, and then lockdown. There's never going to be a right time, but there is always a solution. We are so blessed now in the society that we have to have things like YouTube where you can find free workouts, to have apps that you can get onto where you can find free workouts, to have a personal trainer who might live across the country from you but can help you and get you that resource that you need.
Yeah. And I want to just throw something out there, Lisa, because you mentioned about all these resources about YouTube videos and having it right, access to it. But I also do want to mention, and I know Lisa and I spoke about this the last time she was on my show, and we're both in agreement on this. For those of you who are going to invest your dollars in the YouTube videos where you have to, I guess, buy a membership or whatever, so you can do your workouts through your YouTube videos, take that investment and invest in a personal trainer such as Lisa, who's available. She can do Zoom sessions with you, and she's going to actually be right there with you like she is right here with me, and she's going to let you know if you are doing it correctly or not. And that is the major difference between working out with a YouTube video or working out with Lisa. Because she's going to get you into the shape you want to get into, but she's going to get you there in the most safe and effective way possible, as opposed to when you're renting these YouTube videos and you're doing Lord knows what, and then 3 days later you can't move because you did Lord knows what, and that instructor, sadly to say, wasn't there to say, hey, you in the blue over there, you're doing it wrong, where Lisa can. So that is the investment to definitely invest in, is working with Lisa in regards to Zoom. And there's no excuse. We eliminated the excuses thanks to technology, where you can't say, well, Lisa's not in my neighborhood. She is. She's right there on your screen. Guess what? Yeah. So invest in your investment with health and get away from the YouTube videos, because again, you don't really know the background of the person who's presenting these YouTube exercise videos to you. Here we have Lisa. Lisa, what is your background in health and fitness, please?
I have certifications in CrossFit, bar, Pilates, kettlebell. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology, a master's in human behavior. I have a certification in paleo nutrition. And
how long have you been doing what you're doing?
Since 2008.
Okay.
The first fitness I ever taught, I taught water aerobics when I was 16 years old at a retirement community. And those were some of the toughest ladies I've ever met in my whole life. And they made it look so easy. I was totally here for it. But
yes,
officially 2008.
Exactly. So here you have Lisa's credentials, and you know she's well qualified to be helping you get to the results you want to get to. So I definitely recommend that if you're going to invest your time, energy, and money, do it with Lisa. Do it with Lisa. I definitely recommend it. So Lisa, give us one more tip for our viewers so they can get started and then be ready to jump on with you.
My next biggest tip, honestly, that I give to all my clients is find something that appeals to you. If you're a person that you want to go run, that's what you should start with.
There you go.
Don't start with running a marathon. By the way, if you've taken over a year off, that's probably not a good idea. But if running gives you hives, you don't like that idea, you need to find something else. If it's something that inherently appeals to you, you're going to be more likely to show up for it. Establish the habit from that, and then build upon it. Start working into things that you don't really like as much. Exactly. Because the habit is already established, but focus on finding something to help you get to that habit.
Yes, exactly. So with all that being said, as I mentioned earlier, all of you need to share, like, and comment, because you get to take advantage of our raffle giveaways that we do every week. And Lisa has an amazing raffle giveaway. What is that raffle giveaway, Lisa?
So I'm going to raffle away this time a free hour-long consultation with me. I'm going to give your audience an hour. Typically, when someone applies for coaching with me, I only give them a half an hour consultation. However, I feel like as we are moving, 2021 is almost over and we're moving away from all the things that were into whatever will be, I want to provide that generosity to your crew and to your audience so that they can really jumpstart their fitness again, get back into this again, and give to themselves again.
There you go. So one lucky person who's going to share, like, and comment today is going to receive a 1 hour consultation with Lisa to jumpstart your workouts. So, hey, that's a big thing, but you got to share, like, and comment in order to do that. So what I also like to do is announce last week's raffle winner, and then Lisa's going to let you know where you can reach her again, and then we're going to take another commercial break. So last week's raffle winner, where is my raffle winner? Here we go. I'm just going to say her first name because I'm going to screw up her last name because I'm good at that. Her first name is Kitty, and she's won a 15-minute session with Natad Bradbury. He was on our show last week. He did the chi manipulation demonstration with Nick Raffler. He got amazing results. So Kitty, congratulations. I will definitely reach out to Kitty once the show is finished, and the two of them will reach out as well. So yes. So Lisa, let them know how they can get you one last time.
My Instagram. That's the easiest, at Lisa Pronzo, or the website www.ahealthfullife.org, but they connect back to one another. So the link in the bio for Instagram has all the links for the website and vice versa. So you're good either way.
Excellent. And for those of you who are curious and love Lisa as I do, she's going to be back on again on August 22nd and September 26th. And we're going to be talking more about health and fitness, workouts, nutrition, and everything that falls in between that. So definitely stay tuned for those 2 additional dates. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but I will be back with the conclusion of today's show. Get your water.
Hi guys, I'm Kendrick Cortez Greer, personal astrologer and astrological counselor here in Brooklyn, New York. I've been an astrologer for over 23 years now, providing astrological readings, counseling sessions, workshops, and corporate events all throughout the tri-state area. I've been very blessed and lucky to have clients all throughout the United States and beyond. If you're interested in a reading that is warm, heartfelt, honest, and conducive to speaking to one of your best friends, please contact me at 917-863-7528. You can also email me at kendrickstar@gmail.com. That's Kendrick, STAR, @gmail.com. And for you Insta people, find me on Instagram at Kendrick Cortez Astrology. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Toodles.
Did you know that astrology and numerology influences your metabolism and weight? Hello, I'm Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified holistic personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, student of astrology, master of numerology, and the creator of the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast Deck. And I help women and men by referral release issues from their tissues while releasing emotional weight and falling in love with themselves. As I witness the transformation of watching each client become the best version of who they are. To redeem your first discovery session at 10% off, email healingwithin76@gmail.com. I do look forward to helping you release your issues from your tissues and falling in love with yourself. Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, and I just had an amazing guest on today speaking about jump-starting your workout. So for any of you who have sort of fallen off track due to whatever your excuse is, I highly recommend you come back and watch today's show. We talked about a lot of great things, getting back on track with your workouts, getting hydrated for your workouts, and how to do it for you. So definitely come back and watch. You can either watch the replay or join us on Roku or YouTube for today's show. And our amazing raffle winner from last week was Kitty. She's won a 15-minute session with Natai Bradbury, who is the master of queen manipulation. And that's the session she's going to be getting with him. So want to just run through some real quick promos we got going on. There's so many amazing people out there sharing amazing gifts. So we're going to start off with Gabriella. I'm going to leave her last name out of this. She is the CEO of Alive Health Solutions. Are you frustrated with the lack of answers and progress? So if you are, reach out to her. Then Stacy Royal. Now, I love Stacy Royal. She has a Facebook Live almost every day, not every week, every day. And she is the founder of the Crystals Ascensions. And like I said, she's amazing. She has beautiful jewelry. In fact, I'm going to demonstrate one I'm going to show you one that I purchased from her. This is called Aura Titanium. It's a beautiful crystal, and you can get one too. And then the Brand in You by Lizzie Jazzriz, and my favorite, The Author's Porch by CJ Ives Lopez. And as I mentioned earlier, she launched her first magazine Thursday, and you can actually get a hard copy of the magazine. It's actually a paperback just by ordering it. So if you are interested in getting her magazine, reach out to CJ Ives Lopez. Then we have Intuition of the Soul. They have a Facebook page. They have so much going on in the course of the week. Every Tuesday, they offer a practice reading session, except for this Tuesday. They have some special thing going on because there's 1-year anniversary coming up. They offer free monthly courses and also events all week long. So again, connect with Intuition of the Soul. There should be a flyer. And final 2 flyers, we have a forgiveness workshop being held on Saturday, August 28th, starting 10 a.m. And then we have a pop-up on Saturday, July 24th, 10 a.m. as well. And I want to just do one more shout out. I don't think there's a flyer for it, for Joe Monkman to host a spirit message group every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's an amazing, amazing group. I love it. I participated. Highly recommend that you check it out as well. So with all that being said, I think I covered everything for today. One last thing before we do go. For those of you who are interested, next week, next Sunday, we have Kendra Greer here on the show talking about astrology, because like I said earlier, there's a lot going on and you definitely want to be in the know with all that is going on. So come join us next Sunday at 3 p.m. for Kendra Greer with his astrology report. So all that being said, and that's it for today. I look forward to seeing all of you next week. Enjoy the rest of today. Stay cool wherever you are if it's hot. Stay hot wherever you are when it's cool. Whatever it is, wherever you are in the world, have a blessed day. Until next week, bye-bye for now.